हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल लर्निंग लिंक। आज के इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे अ टाइम टू बिलीव पोएम फ्रॉम स्टैंडर्ड 8 इंग्लिश टेक्स्ट बुक। और आज का हमारा टॉपिक है फिगर ऑफ स्पीच। इन दिस पोएम देयर आर टू फिगर ऑफ स्पीच गिवन, वन इज पर्सोनिफिकेशन एंड द अदर वन इज एपिग्राम। सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड विद दिस वीडियो। Personification is when you give an animal or object qualities or abilities that only a human can have. It means if in a sentence, if inanimate object is given a human characteristic, then it becomes an example of personification. You can see the definition: a non-human inanimate object, idea or animal is given human characteristics. For example, the low clouds bumped into the mountain. So you have to just search whether an inanimate object in a sentence is given a human quality, then it becomes example of personification. Here is another example: the wind whistled throughout the day. Here the wind is given the human quality of whistling, so it's an example of personification. Now, our next example is the leaves danced their way through the lawn. Here the leaves are given human quality of dancing. The moon was resting in the midnight sky. Here was resting, that means the moon is given the human quality of resting. Here are some more examples. Lightning danced across the sky. Rita heard the last piece of pie calling her name. Time flies when you are having fun. So these are examples. In this you can see the words which are colored in green. They are the human qualities given to inanimate objects. So it becomes an example of personification. Let's move on to the other figure of speech, that is epigram. It's a kind of a short and witty statement, usually written in verse that conveys a single thought or observation. And epigram, you can usually find these epigrams in the form of proverbs or quotes. Here beautiful short epigram is given: Sir, I admit your gentle rule that every poet is a fool, but you yourself must serve to show it that every fool is not a poet. So such kind of proverbs or short poems are called as epigram. Here is another example: anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. This quote is given by Albert Einstein. So such kind of quotes becomes an example of epigram. Another example is: mankind must put an end to war, or else war will put an end to mankind. So again you can see it is a kind of a quote, but it's an example of epigram. So in epigram you can find quotes and proverbs. Okay, some more examples we will see. It's better to light a candle than to curse a darkness. The nicest feeling in the world is to do a good deed anonymously and have somebody find out. So such kind of proverbs or quotes, when you read, you can easily identify that these are the examples of the figure of speech epigram. Here are some more questions for you to identify whether the sentence is personification or epigram. These are the questions from the poem Time to Believe. And in the next slide you will find some more sentences from which you have to identify whether the sentence is personification or it has the figure of speech of epigram. And it's very easy to identify. If inanimate object is given human quality, it becomes personification, and if the sentence is a quote, it becomes epigram. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back soon with a new video.